Hey, patriotic comrades, Juliet Holness is back in the speaker's chair, but not without a storm of controversy. And by the end of this video, you will understand why the PNP says democracy itself is at risk, why the JLP is crying bully tactics, and why Andrew Holness's victory in St. Andrew West Central may not be as secure as it looks. Stay locked in, because the political drama is only just beginning. So, patriotic comrades, Juliet Holness, MP for East Rural St. Andrew, wife of the Prime Minister, and now again Speaker of the House of Representatives. The JLP says this is about confidence and continuity. Sure it is. The PNP, they are saying it's a democracy-threatening farce. Quite farcical for truth. PNP leaders argue that under Juliet's watch, reports from the Auditor General and the Integrity Commission have been delayed, buried, and conveniently lost in the filing cabinet. And when you consider how much these reports deal with government corruption and accountability, the delays raise serious questions. But the JLP fired back. Horace Chang didn't just dismiss the PNP's concerns. He called them baseless and spurious. Basically saying, PNP, you're out of order. Stop whining. Translation: the JLP's position is simple. We're in power. We do what we want. And if you don't like it, too bad. Classic Holness administration energy. But here's the kicker. Juliet's return as speaker is just one side of this political chess game, because in the background the PNP has launched a direct challenge, not against Juliet, but against Andrew Holness himself. Do you think Juliet Holness deserves to be speaker again? Or is the PNP right that Parliament is being used to hide corruption reports? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be replying to the spiciest comments. Comrade Paul Buchanan, the PNP candidate who faced Andrew Holness in St. Andrew West Central, has officially filed an application to void the election results. And if you think this is just sour grapes, think again. Why? Because the numbers don't add up. After 87 of the 105 ballot boxes were counted, Buchanan was leading. Then suddenly, the last 18 ballot boxes from Seaward Gardens Primary School came rolling in at 10 p.m. Late. Suspiciously late. And guess what? Those boxes flipped the results in Holness's favor. Buchanan is alleging violence and intimidation in Olympic Gardens and Moulins Gardens. JLP operatives invading polling stations. Voter suppression in key divisions. And let's not forget the mysterious malfunctioning of the voter ID system that turned away legitimate voters. The PNP is basically saying Holness stole this one seat, and we have the receipts. So while Juliet Holness is busy promising to modernize parliamentary rules, her husband's seat is under legal fire. This isn't just politics. This is Shakespeare meets Netflix drama. And if the court sides with the PNP, well, Andrew Holness might just find himself fighting to keep his own share, not Juliet's. if Andrew Holness's seat in West Central St. Andrew gets voided, do you think his entire leadership is in danger? Yes or no in the comments below. Let's debate. So, patriotic comrades, so what does all this mean? The JLP says they won't be bullied, but the PNP says this is about accountability, transparency, and whether the speaker's chair is being used to block democracy rather than protect it. Juliet Holness wants to rewrite the standing orders of Parliament. The PNP wants to rewrite the narrative of Jamaican democracy and the Jamaican people. They are stuck wondering if Parliament is working for them or just working to protect the Holness dynasty. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The speaker's role isn't just ceremonial. It decides who gets heard, which reports reach Parliament, and whether corruption gets exposed or buried. Keynote and pay attention to all of that. With Juliet back in the chair, the PNP is warning, don't expect transparency anytime soon. In other words, the Holness administration is basically grading their own homework. And surprise, surprise, they always give themselves an A+. Patriotic comrades, this one's big. Juliet Holness is back as speaker, but the PNP is pushing back hard. Who really wins this battle? The Holness dynasty or the people of Jamaica? Comment your thoughts and let's reason in the comments below. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Quick recap. Juliet Holness reappointed as Speaker despite PNP opposition. PNP says her leadership buried key corruption reports from the Integrity Commission and Auditor General. JLP fires back, dismissing PNP concerns as spurious and out of order. Paul Buchanan files to void Andrew Holness's election win in St. Andrew West Central, citing violence, intimidation, voter suppression, and suspicious ballot boxes. The fight is no longer just about Juliet's chair. It's about whether Andrew Holness can even keep his own. So, patriotic comrades, it would seem Holness assembles $421 million cabinet. Very expensive. Very expensive. Remember, so Holness have a small government now, you know. So why it costs the Jamaican taxpayers $421 million to fund the Holness cabinet? So, patriotic comrades, the key takeaway when we want to get from all of this as it relates to the reappointment of Juliet Holness is that the Speaker of the House role isn't just ceremonial. It decides who gets heard, which reports reach Parliament, and whether corruption gets exposed or buried. So all of them letter there where the Integrity Commission would write and send go gear as Speaker of the House, and you see she ignored them like she never get them. That's how important the Speaker of the House is. It's not just a ceremonial role. So as me can tell you before in the previous video, it's just more of the same with this whole mess administration. Not change. Are the same characters them, I repeat the same lines, I play the same role. We've watched this movie before. We know how this movie ends. So no expect no transparency no time soon. That's all me I say to you. Don't expect Speaker of the House Juliet Holness to expose no corruption that involves the JLP. Don't expect them to reach no Parliament. Any form of corruption report where reach to her desk will get buried. And guess what? You can always deny say I did not receive any such letter from the Integrity Commission or the Auditor General. You understand? Yes, so we want the election court to void the election between Comrade Paul Buchanan and Andrew Holness in the West Central St. Andrew Division. Yes, we need that election results to be void. We need a re-election so they can start look one safe seat for Holness, or they can already a plan and plot Holness demise for kick him out of the party as party leader. Use this third term to replace Andrew Holness. As me see already in a previous video, Tufton want be party leader, you know. So all Tufton have to do, you see everybody where did support Audley Shaw, Tufton are them the people that you feel link with. You see me? And get rid of the man we have this and a whole the undated resignations over on the head. But when you get rid of the wannabe dictator, nobody feel like none of you can rise up as the newly selected wannabe dictator. We're not going to work with that. We're not going to replace one dictator for another. That not go work either. But as me say, are the perfect opportunity for get out Holness. Cause only two option Holness have when or if he losing seat, you know. Is either they parachute him in a one safe seat, JLP stronghold safe seat, or they replace him as party leader and prime minister. I choose the latter. Replace him as party leader and prime minister all in one. You see, Holness step on a power trip for the longest while now, and we see Jamaica turn one big drug hotspot for Diet Coke smuggling. No, Jamaica isn't the place where produce the Diet Coke, but Jamaica is the distribution hub. So in other words, Jamaica become the distro. He enter, he leave. He enter, he leave. Basically, Jamaica is one of the transshipment hub for the product. Under a two-term Holness administration going into a third term. And we not see in clamp down Pani during in 2 terms. Zine? So don't expect him to clamp down on this drug hotspot where Jamaica turn under the Holness administration. And you have to question why the government don't want to clamp down on it. What the benefit would a government get by ignoring such a report by the Trump administration? So appointing or the reappointment of Juliet Holness is just another, big FU, big middle finger to the People's National Party, because they run out and I say, oi, the JLP will not be bullied by the PNP about who the JLP chooses to be Speaker of the House. The bullies are called people bullying. That is ironic. And then uno claim say uno want work with Andrew Holness in his inauguration speech, claim say he might reach out to the PNP with an olive branch. You see me? And then after we tell us say straight no confidence in a Juliet Holness and a Dalrymple Filbert as a Speaker of the House, uno end up and do this and say uno want we fi work with uno and we fi work together. So how we fi work with uno or come to any form of consensus, find any form of middle ground when you completely disregard our no confidence in the Speaker of the House, where we tell us say we no want to see them and uno still reappoint Juliet Holness, but uno want work together. Uno want the People's National Party and Mark Jefferson Golden to cooperate with the Holness administration, and when we tell us say we no want that, uno still do that. Make that make sense. Me tell uno, that statement by Holness was just a PR stunt. That is straight out of the JLP Communication Task Force propaganda machine. That statement was never real. I just to trick the media and the people. If say, well, Holness say he want to work with the PNP and now see the PNP a bit difficult. Smoke and mirrors. You see me? Misdirection. The Holness administration have no intention to cooperate with the PNP or work with the PNP. the whole mess administration as it relates to Jamaica becoming a republic is to use this republic as a smoke screen to usher in a dictatorship government, a one-party government, a one-party Jamaica. What you have to understand is the whole mess administration is on board with this one world government. You see me? This new world order. Yes, they are on board. And in order for this one world government to be successful, all of these so-called democratic countries will claim say they believe in democracy. That democracy has to be removed and replaced with an autocratic style leadership, a dictatorship style leadership, in order for this one world government successfully work, and all of the countries are on board. Because as long as democracy live and breathe within the hearts and minds of the people, this whole one world government, this new world order, go really work out so well. In all of this, me always have to question the intelligence or the lack thereof of critical thinking of many Jamaicans if uno just blindly go along with Jamaica turning into a dictatorship. Because remember, the simple maths is, the Prime Minister get to choose 15 Senate seats. The Prime Minister get to choose who become president. Now that president is just a ceremonial role because that president will be controlled by the Prime Minister. Now that puppet president get to pick 3 senators and the opposition get to pick 9 senators. So with the president being the puppet of the Prime Minister, those 3 senators where that puppet president will appoint will also be hand-picked by the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister will give him a list of the 3 people where he's supposed to pick as his 3 Senate seat selection as that puppet president. So now with the president and the Prime Minister, that's a total of 18 Senate seats. That's a 2/3 majority out of the 27 Senate seats. The opposition still stuck on 9 Senate seats. So clear major 2/3 majority rule between the Prime Minister and the President. So instant dictatorship forever. That's the whole republic scam. That's the whole republic con. So them a try con the Jamaican people for believe that, oh, this republic thing is, good idea and whatever. No, I just dictatorship him a try bring in under style legally. You see me? Them a bring this dictatorship into existence legally. Don't expect them to roll out with the tanks and the guns for upper camp. No, time too modern for that. That would be too much negative publicity. They have a much more legal and sophisticated way to turn a constitutional democracy into a constitutional dictatorship. And all this can be done legally under bare craft and style. You better keep up. Now if I wanna have smartphones and I only phone them smart and not pay attention, them not gonna use the military and the police force to, take over the state under perpetual states of emergency. No, they not gonna use state of emergency to usher in this dictatorship coup where them a try come with, and you can't put nothing past a whole mess administration same way. You never know. Because we see when the JLP desperation gets desperate, you don't know what they might resort to, because we don't see them do several illegal, unconstitutional states of emergency. So that might be their last resort. Try shoving an island-wide lockdown state of emergency. So don't be surprised if that, becomes a lived reality. But one Mark Jefferson Golden, one Marky G, one team PNP. Big up all patriotic comrades. So, patriotic comrades, Juliet Holness may be back as Speaker, but the real question is, will Andrew Holness survive the storm heading his way? What do you think? Is the PNP exposing the truth, or is the JLP just too powerful to challenge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story is far from over. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe for more Jamaican political drama, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next twist in this saga. Until next time, patriotic comrades. Until next time, Jamaica. Stay informed, stay sharp, and don't let the noise distract you from the truth.